really able to show any kind of advantage at all. As they rise and the tyres start to move around a bit more and make deed.
And you got Carter Thompson and Singapore just behind him.
But that's why they're able to push the limits so well. The Pirellis do.
It's back similar to what we had a couple of laps ago. Christian Daniel,
big slide, that was a warning, so he knows that he's pushing the limits, but you're on board with Uriarte.
You can get, how about that, up 9 places is Ramadipa from the start.
Yeah, Bennett Fernandez is going for it up the inside there, the number 7, you're looking.
The cup from here on in. Of course, we do have just 3 rounds left. That's why it's messy, but as we saw yesterday, when it came well on the hunt, they had a double winner in Rookies Cup last time. Dinesh, it's actually were with us championship leaders.
Right, and Mitani went from... They are closing. Superb stuff.
He's there, the number 4 in between 2 other riders, proper sandwich job. That the next intermediate split, it was actually 8/10 of a second at the last. First up, it's starting to Uriarte then, so the slipstream effect really takes on.
And Uriarte. In fact, it does look as though they are.
Yeah, we'll see.
The tie rider, fail out, look at that, it's about 10 of them! But equally, it hasn't really grown either, so interesting to see now. Really strong there in second place. The 85 of we're on the 54, so let's see. At the moment, they place a Japanese, 18-year-old Japanese, and he had a fine run yesterday. He
will find himself in 3rd position now. Uriarte, you'll previous him after the races. We do have a changeover for 3rd place. We can use a lot more of the track lap by lap as the sun starts. I'm not too sure whether he did or not. He could have just been riding with a bit more of an elbows out before. It's a high 2:02 the last time around. They are going to get quicker and quicker as they...
You know, you don't have to pull in or whatever, retire or anything. You've still got to just in for a replica of last year's race, yesterday's race so far. In 9th place, but say the airbag can go off, of course. The Tech Air Carter Thompson 51.50 has the advantage on the black stuff there. Was it actually Hakim done
this? Asia Talent Cup 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. Red Bull. Do you think this is sort of what happens? You know, he's feeling really nervous at lunch, but once he gets to
51, Brian Uriarte there trying to squeeze through.
What an advert, Peter, this is for the Asia Talent, and it's closing in on Singapore for a bit, so he's finding his groove.
And in fact, when you look at the fastest lap of the race, Gwilym, things feel a bit more horrible, even if they are still offering good grip. Just as we had yesterday, no superb feel, but of course that will, you know, things will change.
Junior up there into 4th position as well, playing it very, very sensibly and
having a little to put on the green stuff.
Limits there, right?
Yeah. You were on board with Uriarte.
And now it's on the race, Peter.
Superb stuff, and of course, as I said, Brian Uriarte had him back at the number 7, Bennett Fernandez.
6 races left in 2025. You've got to back all the points. Gets to crunch time. The key is to just go for it. Find out, will they have yet another? Are the Indonesians going to be dominating?
Second back to 9th.
Wow, there you go. That's what can happen. That's 8/10 of a second now. So Indonesia gets pushed back to 7th place. So in the lead we now have Uriarte.
Yeah.
So what is it going to be now?
They're closing.
Closer, isn't it?
Yeah, they are closing.
Benya Fernandez slots into 3rd. Sullivan Mounsey gets squeezed. What happens when once they come down the waterfall just through turn 11, we'll get
them side by side as they go over the hill.
Dinesh, who's going to come into 1st.
The Ramadipa has taken up 3rd spot. Can he close the gap on Thompson? Mike Yu is his nickname here, so Singapore. They haven't closed the gap, but they're quite close to the front. Actually ended up in 8th place, but now looking
won the Rookies Cup
ahead of the Mugello double winner, Veda Pratama.
Winner so far this season.
And the 34 of Zin Matani's in 2nd.
Ramadipa, who actually won your race last weekend. The beat down here in Mugello and things heat up. There is a riding style, maybe a bit bent speeds, I'm not sure, but certainly looked it. I'm sure we can ask, get more confident. The curves and white lines will get drier. The
reserve canister that will look after you.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's no one's really got the pace.
But it then deflates itself, and you've got a 2nd canister. So. To 2 and over the hill.
Dinesh, who's going to come into 1st up. It's starting to Uriarte then. So the slip.
The points leader, Hakim Danish. Name Kietzan Singapore, the tie rider. Fail out, look at that. Season, but he's looking good, as you say. 7th, he's in front of this place, but now looking really strong there in second place. The 80
well now, the number 34 into 7th position.
34 of Zen Matani's in second place, the Japanese, 18-year-old Japanese, and he...
Uriarte, as you were basically a lap ago, but with Ben Fernandez and heat up, there is Uriarte. Yeah, so effectively whoever's in ninth coming down the start and finish straight at the moment is going to... white lines will get drier, they can use a lot more of the track. Lap by... Oh, a couple of jostling in the background there, Peter, sorry.
No.
The pace, as before, it's a high 2:02 the last time around.
Again, 5 abreast, is it? 51 corner, and we're just in for a replica of last year's race, so early on the other, but it is the 7 of Benyat Fernandez who has the slightest advantage. Absolutely brilliant. So, Carter Thompson, 51, third place, ahead of Ramadeepa.
Year at the moment, but look at this, Asia Talent Cup, 1, 2, 3.
Really good news. 13 is a Malaysian curb stuff from the 51 Brian Uriarte there trying to squeeze through.
What an advert.
The 15-year-old Indonesian, Tassini and Costa, yeah, taken from there. Brilliant one weekend and just doesn't have it all together the next, but it still is Carter Thompson.
Ramadeepa in 4th position then. Brilliant, Peter. He's down to 19th now, the Argentinian. We expect him to fight for the first couple of laps.
Absolutely superb. And Morelli, a bit loose there, right at the back. Somebody dropped way back, but it is the 50 of Carter Thompson, the Australian.
Takes it from him. Where did Benyat start from on the grid?
He was 13.
The number 4, up to 4, but momentarily only as Singapore. It's a very steep hill up to Arabiata too, but as we switch back, no, it looks to be Hakim Danish who's got the inside line. Mounty there.
I think Benyat Fernandez went up the inside there.
Yeah, they're going to fan out as they come towards Sandonata, who is going to be the last of the late break.
There, you say, back in 8th place. Oh, that's the 50. Right, and Mitani went from 2nd back to 9th.
Wow, there you go.
A couple of guys with him, and the first guy that's behind him, of course, is the 95 Marco Morelli.
Proper sandwich job that was. Gets pushed back to 7th place, so in the lead
now. Up into 4th, and then Morelli goes up the inside on Friday.
Stream effect really takes on. Benyat Fernandez slots into 3rd.
This climbing. It's about 10 of them! 10 of them side by side as they go over the hill. You're on board with the 35 of Mike Yu. It is his nick. And of course then it's his first rookie. He's got a fine run yesterday. He was quite close to the front, actually ended up in 8th.
Morelli up the top once again. Mitani's joined the prayers. Previous winner so far this season. And the near enough first at the first corner once again then. So a lap as the sun starts to beat down here in Mugello and things.
Top 5, he went from 1st to 9th and now he's gone back from 9th to 1st.
They are going to get quicker and quicker as they get more confident. The curves and...
It's Brian Uriarte. As you say, he went from sort of 1st for yesterday's race so far.
Yeah, it's no one's really got the...
Who's going to be late on the brakes? 50 has the advantage, but it just changes with every fanning out again. The 7 on one side of the track, the 95 of Markham.
4 right now, Red Bull Rookies Cup.
Absolutely superb. Points leader Hakim Danish, a 17-year-old Malaysian. He is in.
Peter, this is for the Asia Talent Cup. I know they're taking sign-ups for the following.
All right, Scottish relaxing. Good reason. The 17-year-old Australian who has the advantage. Oh, superb
stuff.
Absolutely superb. Yes, the number 32.
Championship this year, but it's not working out for the Argentinian right now.
He's on the race, but he's collected it all up for the sweeping right hand.
And Peter, that
has the slightest advantage.
I think it was Morelli who went really wide at turn 1. Yeah, 13th, yeah, along with Morelli in 12th place. So they've had a head-on, takes it straight back from him.
And I didn't see who it was who went way
to the front. It looks like Benyat Fernandez going for the lead, but it's actually Morelli who
is quick here. Costa, yeah, taken from medical centre to check out. All right, Scottish relaxing.
He's getting out.
Yeah, and he can go well here. He's
brilliant stuff.
Absolutely superb. Yes,
that's a move and a half for Morelli up the inside of Carter Thompson.
A bit loose there on the brakes, but he's collected it all up for the sweeping right.
And Da Costa as they are being taken to grid.
He was 13th.
Yeah, 13th, yeah, along with Morelli in 12th, 30 points at the moment then. As we switch back to the front, it looks like Benyat Fernandez going for the lead, but it's actually
in 3rd place. into third place.
Won. Yeah, that was a heck of a move, because you can say
away from Veda Pratama as they sweep right-handed and go up. Oh, that's the 50. That's essentially 50 of Carter Thompson we saw in picture.
And
Uriarte looking for a late braking manoeuvre into the first corner. 5 Marco Morelli. Then Christian Daniel Jr. on the 70.
Yeah, Fernandez is up there as well. Ramadeepa, the number 32, in 9th as well.
That's obviously his thought now as he hits the front. Can he break it up?
Hakim Danish, who started from 5th position, is just off the back.
And Brian said he thought it would be a big group out in front. Danish said, look, you know, hard by Christian Daniel Jr., but Veda Pratama has first place.
And Uriarte is all the way down in 9th. Goodness.
A bit of off-track control there. Anyway, back to the leaders. Here's the
Nish coming out on top into first.
He came from
17. We were bigging him up in the pre-show, and unfortunately
expected to be a good big group at the front as Christian